Hi, welcome to Elizabeth Reads. Today we have Tamsin Winter's book, Jemima Small versus the Universe. We are on chapter 45. Let's read it together. It was exactly a week before I was due to film Brainiacs, and I was standing next to Mrs. Savage, feeling like every liter of blood in my body had collected in my cheeks. I hoped I wouldn't pass out because it would be totally embarrassing. "Good morning, Clifton Academy," Mrs. Savage bellowed. "I am very pleased to formally announce that this extremely bright Year 8 student will be representing our school on Brainiacs." The hall filled with applause. "This time, next week, Jemima will be heading to a television studio in London to take part in this very exciting competition. It won't be on your screens until Boxing Day, but Jemima, I want to say, on behalf of everyone here at Clifton Academy, good luck, and may your brain be with you." Everyone clapped, and I heard Brandon's voice booming out, "Go Small!" as I shook Mrs. Savage's hand. She presented me with this special brain-shaped pin to wear on my blazer and squeezed my shoulder as the photographer pointed his camera at us. "We are all so proud of you," she said as the camera flashed. I stood there in front of the whole school on wobbly legs with calves that probably looked too convex, an asymmetrical face, a round tummy, and definitely bright red cheeks. And I smiled. It was the same smile I'd practiced in the mirror all weekend, but this one felt real. I looked out at the mass of green blazers in front of me, most of them smaller than mine. I wondered how many people were seeing Jemima Small, because I definitely felt like her. The rest of the week went by so fast, it felt like I was on the vomit comet. Mrs. Savage let me miss afternoon lessons to brain train with Gina. I revised in the library every single lunchtime. Mr. Nelson made his history club help me study and calculate and memorize everything I could. The librarian made a special sign saying, "Quiet, Brainiac in training," and she let me have a comfy chair from the office. And the whole time, Lottie went out of her way to be nice to me. She offered to carry my books to the bus, lent me felt tips for my question cards, saved me the best keyboard and music, and actually properly apologized to me in maths. She must have really liked being Mary Poppins. And every night before I went to bed, I wished on all 250 billion stars in our galaxy that I wouldn't look totally stupid on TV. I hoped at least one of them was listening. I blinked, and it was Sunday, the day before I'd be filming Brainiacs. I stretched and looked up at the dream catcher hanging against my window. According to legend, dreams are sent down to you from the universe every night. Good dreams pass through the dream catcher, but bad dreams get caught in its web and then disintegrate in the morning sunlight. They just disappear into nothing, like magic. I got dressed, tidied up my revision notes from the last few nights, and opened my desk drawer to stuff them in. And that's when I saw it. The Bright Star Cruises brochure that fell out of my rucksack on the camping trip and that I'd taken out of Dad's hiding place after he'd gone to bed. When I couldn't find it in the recycling, I knew it would be in the ceramic jar on top of the fridge. He always hid things in exactly the same place. I'd forgotten about it with all the Brainiac stuff, which didn't bode well for the memory round. I opened the brochure and looked at a picture of people sunbathing on the deck of a gigantic cruise liner. I sat down and typed the website into my phone. The words, "the luxury cruise ship that treats you like a star," popped up. I tapped on the links across the top. Their ships visited almost every country in the world. Why had Dad acted so weird about it? I swiped through photos of polar bears and glaciers, Egyptian temples and camels trekking across the desert, swimming pools and restaurants with giant light bulbs and hot tubs and pods of dolphins. It looked amazing. And then I stopped dead. I zoomed in on one photo until the face was so big it filled my phone screen. So big it couldn't be a mistake. Or a lie. So big it was like I was standing there on that cruise ship in the restaurant illuminated by giant light bulbs staring into his eyes for real. It was my Uncle Alfie, the great illusionist, Alfie Diamond, who broke Luna's heart irreparably and emptied all of the money out of her bank account and stole my granddad's old magic show equipment from his garage. Uncle Alfie, who vanished into nowhere. Only he didn't vanish into nowhere because there he was on a Bright Star cruise ship. And their brochure had been in Dad's rucksack. I heard footsteps outside my door, and Jasper walked in holding Tornado's tank. "I'll pay you £1 to clean out Tornado's tank." "Okay, £2. "Wait, what's up?" He put Tornado's tank on the floor and I handed him my phone. The horrible empty feeling in my heart slowly started spreading its way around my whole body like an oil spill. "That's Uncle Alfie, you found him." "I found this in Dad's rucksack when I was camping." I handed him the brochure. "He works on one of their ships, only he's called Alfie Stone now." "But I don't understand. I thought no one knew where he was." Jasper plunked down on my bed, and I sat next to him. He zoomed out of the photo and started reading. "Alfie Stone, our resident illusionist, performs his dazzling show to an enchanted audience on Pegasus, our scenic Mediterranean cruise liner." "That's so weird. You think Dad's known where he is this entire time? I wonder why he didn't say." "Maybe he didn't want to upset Luna." "Yeah," Jasper said, "maybe. It's weird, though, because he stole all Granddad's stuff. Does Dad know you've got this?" I looked at him. "Stupid question." He turned the brochure over. "Hey, there's a phone number written on here. It must be Uncle Alfie's." We looked at each other. The exact same thought made its way across the neural networks in our brains. I carefully tapped the number into my phone. "We'll just see if it's him and then hang up, okay?" Jasper nodded. I took a deep breath and then pressed call. It rang 3 times then. "Hello? Hello? Is someone there? Can you hear me? Hello?" I froze. Jasper grabbed my phone and pressed end call, and we sat there for a moment, not speaking, me staring at Jasper, Jasper staring at the carpet. I wasn't totally sure what had happened, but I felt that warrior beating her drum in my heart, because that wasn't Uncle Alfie. It was a woman with a half-French twang in her voice. Jasper finally looked at me. His eyes glistened, and I knew he had the exact same feeling in his heart as me. Half black hole, half shooting star. Then he said it, and it was like getting swept away by the ocean. That sounded like Mom. That's the end of chapter 45. Make sure to subscribe, and you can find out what happens in chapter 46. Bye-bye.